Sustainable development. It is development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. This definition contains three key ideas: development, needs, and future generations. It is concerned with cultural, social, and economic progress. The term needs introduces the ideas of distribution of resources, meeting the basic needs of all and extending to all the opportunity to satisfy their aspiration for a better life. These are fine sentiments, but in reality, the world's poor are unable to achieve their basic needs of life, while the more affluent effectively pursue their aspiration, many luxuries being defined by such groups as needs. There will naturally be environmental costs if the standards of the wealthy are maintained, while at the same time meeting the basic needs of the poor. This environmental cost, furthermore, will increase dramatically if the living conditions in developing countries improve, let alone if the aspiration is to bring those conditions in line with the more affluent developed world. A choice may be inevitable. Meeting needs, therefore, is a political, moral, and ethical issue. It concerns the redistribution of resources both within and between nations. Sustainable development means a movement towards greater social equity, both for moral and practical reasons. An environmental cordon sanitaire cannot be erected around the poor South, nor is there an effective defensive structure that will protect against the anger and frustrations of the militants who claim justification of violence in the hopeless poverty that pervades some parts of the developing world. According to Blue Wars, development should not be confused with growth because growth is a physical or quantitative expansion of the economic system, while development is a qualitative concept. Precautionary measure. This is a precautionary principle with precautionary measure. By applying this principle where doubt and uncertainty exist, it may be possible to outline the types of development that is more sustainable or more accurately. There are the two basic needs of sustainable development. Number one is socio-economic development. Is the process of social and economic development in a society. Socio-economic development is measured with indicators such as GDP, life expectancy, literacy, and levels of employment. Number two, need of limitation imposed on the environment's capability to cope with the present and future requirements. The third idea of future generation introduces the idea of intragenerational equity, means we have a moral duty to look after our planet and to hand it on in good order to future generations. Environmental impact. Inside of environmental impact, there is an environmental impact assessment or EIA. This is a useful tool used to determine the negative environmental impacts. Here is the checklist of assessing impacts. Number one, in the local economy. Impact on public finances, impact on businesses, impact on employment, change in land values, impact on support grants of other agencies, and impact on land tenure. Number two, in the local environment. Impact on air quality, impact on water resources, changes in noise and vibration, impact on green belt and open spaces, impact on natural habitats, species, and vegetation, changes in land use and densities. Number three, aesthetics and cultural values, impact on urban patterns, visual impact and effects on buildings, impact on cultural heritage and designated areas, impact on amenity and personal security, impact on community cohesion and identity, impact on minority groups and equal opportunities. Number four, in infrastructure, impact on public utilities, impact on public services and facilities, impact on emergency services, impact on traffic conditions, and impact on public transport and impact on health and safety. Sustainable development places a premium on the conservation of natural resources, wildlife, and habitat protection. Sustainable development also assumes high degrees of self-sufficiency at all levels of settlement structure. Part of this self-sufficiency is in food production and waste disposal. If you have questions, feel just ask us and we will answer it. Thank you. This is the last report of lesson 11 of group 10. Thank you for listening, guys.